Hi, folks. I am speaking to you from obviously a hotel room. And because I am on the road and speaking tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to be at our normal time for History Matters, which makes me very sad because particularly these days, I very much look forward to our community. And I want to at least offer a few thoughts today, thinking about the fact that I want to be with you guys and I'm thankful for you and because the next time you will see me, it will be after Thanksgiving. So just a few thoughts that I'm having as I sit here and think about the fact that we will be post Thanksgiving when we next connect. I just want to mention uh, at a very anxious time, at least for me, things I'm thankful for. I think we should always do that anyway around Thanksgiving, but I think particularly this Thanksgiving, probably a good exercise for many of us to do. So random, I haven't taken notes and I haven't planned this. So a random string of things that I feel thankful for. And the easiest one will be the first one because that's where I started. I am beyond thankful for this community, for the History Matters community that meets here. I want to say that it's our 243rd episode. I'm making that up, and Carolee isn't here to tell me. So I'm going to say it's the 243rd episode of History Matters. And this has truly, as I've said many times, become a community. Many of us now online at least know each other, know a lot about each other. And as a community, we've had a lot of difficult conversations about difficult things. And I thank everyone here every time we finish for taking part in the conversation of democracy every Friday morning. And I'm thankful that we do that and that we will continue to do that. The community matters and the conversation matters because you can go from this conversation, these conversations, on to have conversations of your own. And community and conversation, I said this, I believe, last week, are going to be crucial as we go forward. So that's an easy one to say that I'm thankful for. Um, this is the National Council for History Education, I suppose. I will also say I'm very thankful that I get to teach, particularly the students I do, who are eager to learn and who give me a feeling for the future, who make me feel that I'm doing something to help shape the future, uh, who give me, I suppose, in a way, a sense of purpose. I'm very thankful for that, no matter how difficult sometimes teaching gets. I am thankful for this project and the fact that I'm able to engage in it, and it's a project with meaning. So I'm thankful for that too. Um, I'm thankful for democracy. I know this is going to be tinged with a variety of emotions. I am. But by that I mean, regardless of the flaws in our system, past, present, and future, regardless of the many ways in which we failed, countless ways, many, many peoples, regardless of all of that, I am thankful that American democracy, in whatever form it has been a presence, has existed. However flawed it is, the fact that it's there has been a tool and a ladder for people to point to grab at, to say, you're offering this to some people. We deserve it too. It's been a remarkably powerful thing, regardless of its flaws. It has enabled so many people, marginalized peoples, to claim what is due to them, to claim their due. So democracy in and of itself has virtue as being a government. Yes, it's a cliche, of the people, by the people, for the people, but truly, government grounded on us, right? That's what democracy is. And we've had democracy kind of ebbing and flowing and working and not working for a while, right? Centuries. I'm glad for that. I am glad for the history of democracy because Many of us, those of us who are old enough to have a memory of functional democracy before this point, and hopefully going forward, we know what it means. We know the holes. We know how we can try to make it better. We also know the meaning of it and the value of it and the depth of it, and the ways in which it offers, I want to say, intellectual freedoms of a sort, because you get a sense of yourself in a community of other people who hopefully share similar freedoms, and you can think big, you can reach broadly. It's because democracy encourages you to reach. Doesn't always make it easy. But at any rate, I am thankful for our history of democratic government. I am thankful that it has been there. I am thankful that we have experienced it. I am thankful that we have its lessons under our belt. Very thankful, because we need in our bones to have a fundamental understanding of what democracy is and how it works and how it feels and what you can do when you believe that you own it and deserve it. We need to own that in a way that maybe we haven't had to before, because until the very recent past, we haven't seen it challenged as directly by one of the two major parties in this country that is about to take over the government, right? We haven't seen it challenged. That's now and also in the recent past in the ways that it's being challenged right now. And because of that, we, I think, with better and worse, recognize its value more now than perhaps many of us ever have. And I can speak for myself. If you ask me intellectually, I would tell you how much I value democracy. Of course, I would. But now I have a visceral understanding of that. I have, as fatigued as I am at this moment for a variety of reasons, I have at the heart of my being an urge that's never going to stop fighting for democracy. Just not. And I think a lot of you watching this feel the same way. We're going to stand up for it. It's what we're supposed to do. I know there isn't a big founder blob. I always say that. You can't say the founders thought, because they didn't all think one thing. But generally speaking, they did assume that the American citizenry was going to have to do a lot to keep the government going. They did not assume you kick it into play and then it just keeps on going. So if we kind of thought that before, we're discovering that's not true. So I'm thankful for the history of democracy, for our experiences with democracy, for the lessons we've learned, lessons of things that work, lessons of things that don't work. I'm thankful for the people in our history who have fought hard to improve what democracy can offer. For the activists, for the protesters, for the people who gave their all for the civil rights movement, for the abolitionists and the anti-slavery advocates, who some of them devoted their lives to trying to spread democracy, freedoms, rights to people who were being denied them. I am thankful for all of the people who stood up when it was difficult and reached out when they didn't have to extend democratic rights to populations that were being deprived of them, mistreated, neglected. I am thankful for those people. I am thankful that they were there. I am thankful for the impact that they have had, and I am thankful that they can teach us lessons, because no one knows what's going to come. I'm still the idiot who's on social media trying to say things about preparing for what's to come and continuing to fight. And it's social media, and now it's an emotional time on social media. So I get a lot of people smacking back in one way or another, like, oh, shut up. It's all going downhill. It's like, oh, well, thank you for surrendering, but sorry, I'm not in that headspace. But I'm on there because we need to learn the lessons of pushing on and pushing forward and reaching out and pulling people together and standing up for what's right and recognizing what's wrong and working for what's right, owning our moral center. And by that, I mean our political moral center, our democratic moral center, owning that and understanding that we need to work to live up to it. And now is one of those times, maybe in our lives, for some of us, the most extreme moment in our lives when we need to do this. Whatever happens next, we do. I've said, I've talked about this so much that forgive me, I might have said it here. I know I've said it somewhere else. Um, this is the fight of our lives. It is. In America made a choice. We're going to now see what happens with the impact of that choice. What we are doing now is defending something that has value that I can't even express in words, right? It's a state of mind, it's a state of being, it's a realm of possibility. It's a way of joining people together in community and at least pushing for a way in which we all have equal rights. Democracy, it is an ideal, but that doesn't mean it's impossible, and that doesn't mean even if it's flawed, we can't improve it. So, I'm thankful for all of the activists in the past who have given their lives for the cause of democracy and to extend it to all kinds of people. I am thankful that we have those lessons in front of us. And I am thankful that with those lessons, we have an idea of what to do when we go forward. And I don't have absolute, here's the list of things to do. And there are all kinds of those sorts of lists floating around on social media too. And we could have a different conversation about that. But we know what it looks like when people stand up for rights. That's really important. I think that's really important. And I think the only way we can recognize what's happening and own it and respond to it is by understanding what it is. And history matters, right? History teaches that to us. So I'm thankful for that too. What else do I want to say I'm thankful for? I'm thankful for the fact that we have this moment in time, a couple of months, for us to think about where we are and what's coming. And I know some of the anxiety of this moment is we don't know what to do in this moment. We know that we want to see particularly Democratic leaders take action or at least come together and make plans. Personally, hearing Democratic leaders say, we're going to fight the bad policies, that's not enough. In the new Congress, Democrats are in the minority in both houses. So saying like, we're going to protect women's rights, we're not in that moment right now. We're in a bigger moment than that right now. We need to be thinking bigger than that. We need to be making big plans. We need to be thinking about how to operate, and I am speaking broadly about Democrats, how to operate independently and, swing for the bleachers. Figure out, an example of what I liked to see was a variety of different governors getting together to talk about what they were going to do, particularly in case there's some kind of mass deportation effort. How are they going to respond? How are they going to fend that off? That's good, right? That's not let us have a debate in our state legislature about what might happen. That's okay. This might happen. Let's make plans. That's what we should all be doing in the organizations and communities where we are. It does no harm. I was thinking about this earlier for no particular reason. It does no harm for, I'm checking to see if we're still recording. We are. It does no harm for people to come together and make a plan and then hopefully not need it. It will do great harm if you never make that plan. As I said a little while back, I think I ventured off the road I was traveling down. We don't know what's coming next. I can predict many, many things that might come next, but the fact of the matter is this kind of moment plays out differently in different countries. Um, I have spoken online about authoritarianism. I have spoken online about watching the beginning of what might be an authoritarian takeover of the government. I've said a lot of things like that in posts, skeets, whatever they're all called, um, because I don't know what's going to happen, but we need to think about what could happen. We need to know what it looks like. A lot of people so I've had a history in this last, like, I don't know, week, 2 weeks, of people screaming at me in a variety of different directions, mostly ignored, but occasionally getting beneath my skin. Um, you know, people who are saying it's all downhill from here. We're dead. We're doomed. We're done. Haven't you looked in other countries? Yeah, I have. And as a historian, what I know is no two crises play out the exact same way. So if you're at this point and you're saying, oh, well, it's been nice, you are surrendering. You're giving in. You're saying it's over. And it isn't, folks. It isn't. Not by a long shot. And not just in this window of a few months where we get to plan. As long as we are active, as long as we are loud, as long as we find ways to push back, to get in the way, to speak up for what's right, it's not over. And I know there's going to be people will be watching this and saying, you have not experienced authoritarianism. No, I have not in a direct way. And I understand repression, no dissent, everything. I understand what authoritarianism means. I also understand I'm not going to surrender to anything like that in advance. And I pray that you won't either. And this might look small. It might be us as a group, in small groups, agreeing to stand up for each other and for others and to do what we can to push back. But that matters. It really matters. And I am thankful for the fact that there are many of us who understand that. I am thankful for the fact that there are many of us who will do that in, as I said earlier, what I really believe is probably the fight of our lives. Um, I guess I don't know. I don't even know how long I've been talking at this point. I just got here like 10 minutes ago and I thought I gotta sit down quickly and say something. Um, I'm thankful for the things you're supposed to be thankful for, like health and family and friends and all of those good things. I don't take those things for granted. But on this particular Thanksgiving, I guess I'm being thankful for what we have been lucky enough to have as Americans, what we have been lucky enough to understand we can reach for and get as Americans. I am thankful that even though not everyone understands that there is a we, a big we, and us, there is. Not everyone understands or wants to be in it. So I'm not saying all Americans are together, but I am saying there are a lot of people who at this moment are together in a sense of wanting to make things better. There is a big we. I said it to every room of people I spoke to when I was meandering around in swing states. People in that room gathered together to have that conversation, to listen to what me or Heather had to say. That's a we, regardless of their opinions. That's a group of people in the moment informing themselves and trying to figure out what they want to do. That matters. It matters. And I am thankful for that. I am thankful for the variety of different we's that all of us belong to. And I guess this circles me back to the beginning. I am thankful for this one, the History Matters we. Okay. Like I said, I don't know how long I've been chattering here. So what I'm going to do is stop chattering. I'm sure when I end, I'm going to think of something I should have said and didn't. But what I will say is, and I don't even have a mug. I don't even have a cup. I have cookies. I guess it's gonna have to do. Didn't dawn on me till this second. At any rate, um, everyone have a really, really, really wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy friends and family. Be nice to yourself. Just give and take some love because we all deserve it. Everybody deserves it. We do. So be nice to yourselves, have family moments. And one way or another, I will see you Friday after Thanksgiving. I don't know how that day's going to work yet because it depends on who's present. So I don't know if I'll be recording something and posting it or if it will be live. Um, that will be decided, I'm sure, in the next couple of days. But regardless, I will be there in one shape or another. Thank you, folks, for being who you are, for joining together, for having this conversation. It matters to us, and honestly, to the bottom of my heart, I think it matters more than just to us. Be safe, be healthy, and I will, in one way or another, talk to you soon. Bye, folks.